Quitting acting school was the best decision I took in my life. And in this video, I want to share my story of exactly how this decision brought so much abundance in my life, made me get into NYU on a full scholarship because my personal statement was about this experience, and helped me travel the world while studying and meeting even the love of my life. So if you have ever been called a quitter and want to know how to use this to your own advantage, watch this video until the end. I will reveal my motivational letter that got me into NYU on a full scholarship. But first, I want to debunk the myth of quitting. My whole life, I grew up with this wrong idea that if you are a quitter or you don't do a thing until the end, then you're either weak or lazy or not serious about it. Well, I'm here to tell you it's 100% false. Because I was also in this position of being called a quitter, being laughed at, being told that I am not good enough at what I do, even though I was this kind of person that would finish every book she'd start, be the leader of group project, and earn A's at every subject at school. So when I got accepted to the best acting school in Romania, and by the way, I made a whole video about why I quit in Romanian, I was determined to finish what I started because I was told it is the right thing to do, and I genuinely thought I would enjoy it. But sometimes you realize you don't like something by simply trying it. So quitting is actually good because it rewires your brain and makes you understand that not everything is right for you. You don't waste too much time on something you don't like, and instead work on aligning your mind with your vision and your actions. And it's one thing to quit when you're not willing to put in the effort or you're too afraid of getting out of your comfort zone, but it's completely another kind of quitting when you simply don't know the why behind what you are doing and it is not bringing you any joy, despite the effort that you're putting into it. And of course, I am oversimplifying here because there are so many layers to taking this decision, but I really want you to make this habit of pausing for a second and thinking whether what you're doing is really worth your time. It can be as simple as putting down a book just because you don't like the plot anymore and it's not teaching you anything. In my case, I quit mid-semester because I couldn't bear the environment anymore. I didn't care about what other people are going to think about me. In fact, I told this to my professor straight to his face with all groupmates around us because I was tired of lying to myself that this is how I want to spend the next 3 years of my life. So quitting was one thing, but the most important thing happened when I returned back home. I didn't have any plan B, only a feeling that I did the right thing. So as soon as I got back home, my mood and self-worth increased exponentially because I had the courage to speak up and leave a situation that didn't bring me joy or fulfillment. And 1 week after that, I got an online job offer to work as a copywriter for a company. And the other week afterwards, I was accepted into a debate program with Erasmus Plus in Armenia. And when it was already fall, I started to think more about getting into a university that is more aligned with my values. So since I was in high school, I had this dream university that was applying to NYU, specifically the Abu Dhabi campus, because of how much you travel as a student and the amount of scholarship you receive. But I never applied to it when I was in high school because I thought I wouldn't get it. So here, as you can see, is this other kind of quitter, the one that is afraid to take the step and the action to get out of the comfort zone. So this is the difference between intentional quitting and being scared of quitting. And this time I was not afraid of applying anymore because I was unconsciously attracting the right opportunities that allowed me to have the best CV when I submitted it. In fact, I was so confident about my decision that I boldly stated on my application that I am a quitter. I made this whole story of leaving acting school my unfair advantage. And this is how you can also make it yourself. Identify a struggle or a problem that you have faced recently and ask yourself how this situation helped you become a better person. The moment you think about your drawbacks as actually something good that happened to you, that gave you more knowledge and wisdom, you turn them into things that propel you to the life of your dreams. And a lot of people are afraid to say that they quit or they had a bad situation, but you have to embrace it and own it. You have to be so confident and know that that situation gave you so much wisdom and so much confidence in yourself and in how you see the world that you transform it into the reason you succeeded in the first place. It's all a matter of perspective. And although this experience happened 5 years ago, there are 3 lessons I keep applying in my life ever since. Lesson number 1. If it's getting too hard, you are not headed in the right direction. That whole year of acting school was like trying to break a wall with my hands. I was overworking, having lessons from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day, and I messed up my whole immune system by gaining 10 kilos because of stress. And it was all leading to nothing. But most importantly, I was not enjoying it at all. And don't get me wrong, it's very important to take aligned actions towards your goals, but this felt so hard for me that even my body wanted to quit. And as soon as I stepped back and relaxed, all the great opportunities started coming to me because I was not forcing them anymore. And this has become my inner alignment wisdom ever since. If things are getting too hard and I'm not enjoying them, I simply step back and focus on aligning my energies to higher vibrations. Lesson number 2, you can always have more. Coming from a post-Soviet country in Eastern Europe, I grew up with this idea that you have to always stay humble and never ask for more. And so I thought that the best I could get is to just play it small. However, when I got into NYU and studied in Abu Dhabi, Florence, and New York, got exposed to A-level individuals and top professors, I realized that they are humans just like me, and they perceive me as an equal, not as someone below them. And this gave me the confidence to dream bigger, aim higher, and pay attention only to constructive feedback from individuals who have succeeded in their field. And lesson number 3, state your boundaries. The moment you realize that you are unstoppable and you can achieve everything you set up your mind to, you have to also understand where to channel this energy. Learn to detach from other people's opinions about you. Know your worth and don't settle for less than you are. Of course, it takes time and practice, and you're actually learning it your whole life. But when my personal boundaries are being challenged, I always try to politely state my grounds and make the action that feels aligned to me. And as I promised, here is my motivational letter that got me accepted into NYU. And honestly, NYU has changed my life in so many amazing ways. I never thought that I would travel so much, develop such a strong passion for art, which is also my intention for this channel, to bridge art with life and to show you that whenever we are looking at our lives through the lens of a creator, everything is possible. So if you would like me to share more about my experience at NYU, leave a star emojis in the comments, and in the meanwhile, I encourage you to watch this video about how art can change your life, even if you're not an artist. So I'll see you there. Bye for now.